So I wanted to cover the skills that we've gone over with Miss Clementine, so you've got a spot to review every skill. So this is relax on a mat. This is exactly what we're looking for. You utilize a towel or a light mat, something that you can take out when you're doing the exercise and pull up when you're finished with the exercise. And we want Miss Clementine to basically be able to fake it till she makes it by putting herself in a relaxed body posture, even though she's super excited and can even be anxious. We have the ability to work through these big emotions by putting ourselves in a relaxed body posture. So it sends a signal to our brain that we're calm and relaxed, even though we might have something going on that really gets us wound up. So you can utilize this for 7 in the evening. Puppies notoriously get super wound up and crazy. It could be bicycles, skateboards, anything in the future that is new, foreign, and gets her wound up. You can utilize this and have her do relax on a mat, and then witness whatever it is that's going on around her that stresses her out, and she'll have the ability to work through it. And the next time she sees it, it'll be a little bit less of a big deal. Next time she sees it, a little bit less of a big deal. So just continue working through relax on a mat. So I've had friends that use this for plane rides, for dog-friendly hotels, and it has a multitude of different applications. We used it for fearful dogs and aggressive dogs, and then realized that every dog should have this tool in their toolbox, the ability to work through big emotions. So the cue and the trigger is the mat. You break out the mat, she understands exactly what you're doing, and you remain silent during that exercise, just waiting for her to go into more and more relaxed body postures. And the end result is in a down, resting her little chin down. So that's perfect. Next, we're going to go over her name game exercises. These are all clickerable exercises now. So the clicker pinpoints the moment that Clementine has done what we're looking for. Clementine, take a treat, drag it up towards our face so that she makes good eye contact. Then I'm going to not drag a treat up towards my face. She's got to make good eye contact. Clementine. Good. Next, I'm going to take a treat, drag it out to the side, and make an artificial distraction for her. Clementine. Clementine. So that one can be a little tricky if you need like a segue. I take my non-treat hand and drag it up towards my face while I've got this one out to give her a little bit of assistance in that cue. So lastly, I like to take a treat, toss it on the ground. Clementine. Good. She's got to be able to turn away from that treat even though she wants it. Clementine. Or turn away the treat and come back to us rather, even though she's really interested in the treat. Go get it, bud. Clementine, come. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. Down. Good girl. Stay. Free. Good girl. So free is her release cue for her stay. Next, I want to go over her space exercise. If you'll notice, she's doing a thing which is hopping in front of me, which is actually really good. It's a segue to completely not jumping up. So that's actually good. She knows that I don't like it when she jumps up on me. So she's just trying to bounce around, and eventually she'll completely phase that out. But we've done a lot of space exercise. Really been a key focal point for us here. So we don't like that. So if she jumps up, then we can utilize the space command, and that's all well and good, but I prefer to use it as a preventative measure, and I'll show you what that looks like. Clementine, space. Good. And in this exercise, I always treat from the ground, space, because I want everything to come from down low. I don't want her paying attention to anything up high when we're doing this. Space. So you'll notice we're just doing this from a few different angles. So front, back, side, space. Good. And I just wait until she's stationary. She's giving me a sit, but I don't require that. I really only require that she gives me that little bubble around myself. So even if I move towards her, space, she gives me a little move back, which is great. So that's perfect. That's exactly what we are looking for. Space. Good girl, you little beauty. Perfect. Next, we'll go over her leave it exercise. So this is excellent for her impulse control. It's just a toughie for usually really smart dogs have a more difficult time space with impulse control, and the dumber dog's just going to have a more difficult time picking up on material. So it's always a double-edged sword. She's a super smart girl, but has more of a difficult time with impulse control. I'm sure you already know that. Leave it. Good. So what we're looking for in this one is that real definitive pullback when she pulls her head back. Leave it. Good. So right there, as soon as she pulls back, and we're just taking an open hand of treats. You can do a closed fist of treats, which is going to be a little easier, and then open your hand completely, which will make it more challenging. Lead it. Very good. So that is perfect. Clementine, touch. This is our targeting exercise. We want Miss Clementine to be able to go wherever we want her to go without having to physically coerce her. And it's the beginning of agility training, and also just an excellent attention getter, and have your dog position exactly where they need to go when you're just outside and walking around in public. She gets distracted, boom, tell her touch, she comes up, hits that spot. And as well as loose leash walking, I like to utilize it, touch, bam, to get a dog position exactly where I want her. So I want her right by the side of my leg here when we're walking. So if we were cruising around, I would just want to say, touch, and get her position exactly where she needs to be. Sometimes dogs will get a little out ahead, a little behind, and it's just a clear way to indicate exactly, precisely where they need to be. Touch. Good job, sweetie. Perfect. Excellent. Well, that is very good. We're going to sign off and then go over her loose leash walking. So, very good job, sweetie.